Hello, everybody. Welcome to another episode of Fast Football and Philosophy with me, Dr. Adam Foxton.
Me, Professor Jack Cunningham.
And today we're going to be talking about whether or not Diego Maradona is evil. Sounds obvious, I know. Last episode we discussed Albert Camus and absurdism and why it's really important to recognise the nonsensity of football, the nonsensicalness of football, and why we should embrace it. Jack, have you got any thoughts about absurdism in football?
No, except or go back to that episode if you haven't seen it, and I think you'll come to the realization that that's what we've been doing, hasn't it? We didn't know it, but that's why I'm so happy.
Because everyone is really, really happy.
Yes, exactly. Everyone who goes to football is always happy.
So happy. Everyone just gets along really, really well.
It's lovely to see.
On that, actually, we have a real rivalry with Argentina.
Mm-hmm.
And that's for numerous reasons.
Yeah.
Geographical or not.
Mm-hmm.
And one of the manifestations of that, not to get too serious, is England's hatred of one man,
Mm-hmm.
Diego Armando Maradona.
Mm-hmm.
Now, Diego, when he scored his hand of God goal, supposed hand of God goal, against Peter Shilton, who is still bitter about it to this day, still makes a career despite all of his achievements, he used his left hand to score that goal. And I know, because I know a little bit about some things, that left-handedness is sinister. And that in classical artwork and all the rest of it, if you see people holding important religious, theological, kind of important things in their left hand, we shouldn't trust them. But I'm not quite sure why.
Mm-hmm.
But I'm sure that you do.
I think I do anyway. So what we need to look at, we have to appreciate that we have a mindset, and it's a Western European mindset, okay? And it comes from the Jews, the Greeks, and Latins, the classical world, and from Christianity, okay? Now, you might not be any of these things. You might think, I'm a complete ardent atheist, but we will still have absorbed some of the values of those three things. So let's have a look at them in terms of left-handedness. And let's go right back to the beginning. Eve was born out of the left side of Adam. And don't forget what Eve does. She brings sin into the world. So highly significant. Adam's fast asleep and she comes out of the left hand of Adam.
Classic.
New Testament, Jesus, at the end of time, we're told he's going to have all of us lined up in front of him and he's going to be sitting in his throne, and he says to the people in front of him, he says, you guys are on the right hand of me. You're my sheep. You go off and enjoy yourself in heaven. And you goats on the left hand side of me, the sinister side of me, because you go and you go to the fiery depths of hell. Okay, so we're getting this way for this means that in the Middle Ages, not only is the devil a goat, but he is considered to be left-handed. And don't forget, if you this maybe not so much of a custom anymore, but if you spilt salt on a table, you've got your left hand and you threw it over your left shoulder, because that's where the devil is. And salt's a purifier, and it'll damage the devil. I don't know what it does. It damages his skin tone or something. I don't know.
Well, the devil is a slug.
The devil is a slug. So there you go. What about the classical world? Well, Adam has already touched on it. The Latin word for left is sinistra, or the word sinister. Okay, so it is in the classical world as well. Plato said that everybody was born ambidextrous, but bad mothering means that some of us are left-handed, and that's Adam. There you go. I hope your mother's not watching this, Adam. So Aristotle, incidentally, was left-handed, and he said, no, that's natural. But everyone was like, oh yeah, he would say that.
He would say that.
So Judaism, 12th century, very, very famous Jewish philosopher called Maimonides said that if you're left-handed, you can't be a priest in the temple. So yeah, we got a nice little left-handed bias going on there. And so so that's what we're getting in the throughout all those three main cultural rivers that flow into our psyche. We're getting for a three-pronged assertion that left equals bad. Hence the reason why left-handed kids in school up until the 1950s were taught, you've got to do this with your right hand, which leads us on to a discussion, Adam.
A big discussion, actually, Jack, because there have been quite a few instances of supposedly good Catholic boys who have been using their left hands inappropriately.
That is true. I've done a great deal of research into this area, obviously, and I have discovered that 90% of Catholic boys only use their left hand to self-pleasure. That's right. Now, no one will publish my research in this area. It's not because it's not scientific, but it's because they're afraid of the truth. They don't want to hear this. They're afraid of the truth.
And yeah, I was talking about scoring goals. So.
All right. Incidentally, I am a Catholic. I went to a Catholic school. I talked to a lot of Catholic boys. I believe that my assertion is right, and it extends to other activities. What it means is, if you're a Catholic and you know you're going to do something bad, do it with your left hand. Don't know how that mitigates the whole sin, but there you go. That's the culture.
But this is the point, right? And so Diego Maradona is this kind of Argentinian. He's almost definitely a devout Catholic, right?
Oh, absolutely.
And he would absolutely have been thinking, as he's rising above the ginormous man that is Peter Shilton, and he's a very diminutive man, is Diego Maradona.
8-inch difference.
8-inch difference. He jumps and yet still manages. I mean, Stu's got an outstretched hand, fine, but so is Peter Shilton. Still managed to get over him. With his left hand.
Yeah. Now, also importantly, if you ever see an image of Diego Maradona signing a contract for, say, for Napoli, he is right-handed. We know that. So why isn't he using his right hand? Because he's a Catholic and he's doing a bad thing and he knows it. It's not the hand of God.
Do we think then that he's used the hand of the devil?
Yep.
And that was easy. And B, do we think he's made some kind of pact with the devil? Is that what Diego Maradona's doing?
Well, if you let's take this to its logical conclusions. 4 minutes, I think, after that goal, he scores the goal of the century. I mean, you can't look at that goal without your jaw just dropping. It's phenomenal. Diego Maradona, it would seem to any casual observer, has met the devil at midnight at the crossroads and sold his soul to him in order to have that amount of skill. He's just done a bad thing with his left hand, and the devil says to him, "Here you go, Diego. Here's the goal of the century."
The commentator for that game, as we've just seen, he says, "Thank God for that goal. Thank God for Maradona. Thank God for these tears."
Sadly, he's got it all wrong.
He's got it all wrong. He should be thanking the devil for Maradona. Thank the devil for that goal. Thank the devil for these tears.
Yeah. I think so. Yeah.
What we want to do is, we're going to shut up for a second. Just watch that goal, and you tell us if you seriously don't think that man has made a pact with the devil to score that goal.
Cancho, le va a tocar para Diego. Ahí la tiene Maradona. Lo marcan dos. Pisa la pelota Maradona. Arranca por la derecha el genio del fútbol mundial. Y deja el tercero. Va a tocar para Borruchaga. Siempre Maradona. Genio. En la corrida de Morales, barrilete cósmico, ¿de qué planeta viniste? Para que el país se opulle apretado, gritando por Argentina. Gracias Dios, por el fútbol, por Maradona, por esas lágrimas.
just can't watch it, Jack. It just, honestly, it just hurts me. You just see the players, it's like, what has just happened?
Yeah. Well, I also have to say at this point though that I am not an England fan. I'm an Irish fan. But we have our own pain. We have our own pain on a very, very similar thing. With 2009 qualifier to the World Cup, Ireland against France. Thierry Henry's in the Irish penalty area. He steadies the ball with his hand. He flicks it over, and France score a goal with his left hand once again. Thierry Henry, we know, is a Catholic. He's doing a bad thing, and he's got to do it. He's got to do it with his left hand. He's got to do it. So once again, we have got that, and I believe now we argue about this one. We argue about Louis, don't we?
We do argue about Louis constantly, almost daily, actually.
Almost daily. It's an impediment to true friendship, I really think.
But I mean, he himself is an impediment to true friendship. I mean, Luis Suarez, when in the 2010 World Cup, Uruguay and Uruguay are playing against Ghana. They are the darlings of that competition after South Africa get knocked out, right? They are the darlings. They are everyone's second team. Everyone wants them to do well. And they are playing out of their skins. They're doing so well. And then Luis Suarez, the cheating bastard, he jumps over and he pats the ball out, but he uses his right hand to do that.
You see, I disagree. And if you can watch this video now, anybody who's listening to this, please go on YouTube, look at this video. Clearly, for me, it is his left hand.
I'll tell you what I'll do. I'll put up a still image. Over the top of our faces. You tell us, everybody, if you think he's using his left hand or if you think he's using his right hand. Because if he's using his right hand, then he's a good Catholic boy who thinks he's doing the right thing.
I agree with that. I agree. But let's have a look at it. But I also have further evidence that he also met the devil at the crossroads at midnight.
All right, then. Well, let's have a look at it. You see, he's using his... Yeah, you see,
I'm going to let the audience decide. Please get in touch with us when you realise that I'm right and Adam's wrong, and we'll just put an end to this argument because, as I say, it really is an impediment to true friendship. I like Adam in every way, except we can never be really good close friends because of Luis Suarez.
Because I'm left-handed.
Because you're left-handed and you... Yeah. So all of those things. But what happens after that? Ghana get a penalty, should have slotted it right in. They're playing so brilliantly, and he whacks it at the crossbar. This is the same as what happened to Maradona, who carves through the English defence. Immediately so, he's just done a bad thing, and the devil says, "Don't worry, Louis." He pretends to cry as he goes off the pitch. He stops just before he's about to kind of walk down out of the stadium, and he turns around. He sees the goal, the goal hitting the crossbar, and he starts dancing around because he knows what the devil said that midnight has just come true. He's been rewarded for his faithlessness.
What a heathen.
Absolute
heresy.
Yeah. And so really, as far as I am concerned, who studied these things and thought about them a great deal and prayed constantly.
That is an appeal to authority. If I've ever heard one.
I think we can conclude that it was not the hand of God, it was the hand of the devil in all cases, except for Thierry. And I'm going to be very, very magnanimous here, and I'll say to this: we love you, Thierry. You're fantastic.
T2, we love you.
Tito, TT,
we love you.
Yeah, we do love you. Even you knocked us out of the quality. We didn't get to the World Cup that year, but listen, you're welcome in Ireland, mate. We'll have you anytime. We think you're fantastic.
And we want to be welcome in Napoli. So also, Diego, we love you from... I'll get my Ouija board out. We love Diego. We love you as well.
Adore him. And anybody in the Cosa Nostra in Napoli at the moment, could we please make it very, very clear? We want to visit Napoli in the future. We love Diego. We're not really.
And we love Scott McTominay as well. He's also very, very good. He's their main guy at the moment, Jack. He's Scottish.
For heaven's sake! Then we. So anyway, I want to see Napoli again, so please. We do love Diego Suarez.
Suarez can go fuck himself. And on that note, I think it's probably time we came to the end. Next week, we're actually going to be talking about Manchester United, and the middle-aged notions as to why they are so bloody bad. As Jack has already maintained, it's not about the fact about our ages. It's very much about the medieval period. Other than that, I think it's a goodbye from me.
And a goodbye from me.
Bye.
Bye.